and will then start heating again. So the vapors rise, the alcohol vapors rise up again and go back into the condenser and enter through these two pipes over here into here, this side of the safe, so-called spirit safe. The stillman can measure the alcohol, the exact alcohol content using these vessels here. They have hydrometers inside measuring the density of the liquid, and you can determine temperature, and with these two you can then find out exactly what your alcohol content is in the distillate. Now this is very important, since you will not be able to drink all which is coming off this spirit still. You've probably heard a lot of cases already where people have made their own alcohol and then drank it and got very ill or blind drinking methanol and impurities. So all these impurities, we have to pay attention that we don't use them for putting into our casks. That's why we have this lever up here. So the first 45 minutes of the run usually are so-called foreshots, can't be drunk. So we put them down to this cup here, and from here it will end up in this receiver, Fain's importance receiver behind me. As soon as the upper cutting point is reached, which is at roughly 75% alcohol, the stillman will then turn this lever over here, and everything that flows into the middle cup will end up in the last of our three receivers, the so-called spirit receiver. And from there we can then put it into casks. The alcohol strength gradually goes down and down and down. So at some point it reaches 60% alcohol, and at 60% alcohol we know this is our lower cutting point. We then have to cut over, back over into here, because what comes off last is not exactly harmful, but it's not very good to drink either. So you just cut this off and mix it together with the foreshots in here. Foreshots and flame in here, spirit in there, and spentleys after 5 hours of running, spentleys in here. Only below 1% alcohol. So we just throw these out down the drain, clean it out, and go again. So the next distillation, we'll just take this and that, mix it together, faints and low ends together, charge them into here, boil it again. Again we take a middle cut. The middle cut goes into the spirit receiver, heads and tails into here. We mix it again, low ends and faints together into here for another spirit distillation. So you notice everything that goes into the faints receiver will be boiled and reboiled again. It will not be, what is alcohol will not be thrown away. We just reboil it all the time. Thus, we will not lose a lot, because during all these reboiling processes, many of these bad compounds, let's say impurities, long alcohols, stuff which you in the first place didn't want to drink, will be cut down, will be catalyzed, will be purified by the copper of the pot stills or by the boiling process, and finally end up in our spirit receiver at the end and in our bottle of whiskey.